No, what he was threatening me with is he said, if you go on that show today, he said, I am going to tell everybody that you are a whore, that you were an escort, which I was not, like really bad. And I was like, if you're even concerned about me going on this show, wouldn't, like, once again, it doesn't make sense. It's like, wouldn't you try to like talk? Not start threatening me?
I'm sorry, but like this is the one thing that I think is truly important. If he is threatening you right now and you have that on your phone, can we show the audience? Like people need to see.
Okay, I have his name hidden. Well, actually, there's nothing else here I need to hide.
Well, his name is, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. But his name is out there. It's like a, whoa.
Yeah, he said his own name all the time.
He called a lot. Okay, there you go. There you go, chat.
So to read it out, it was 607, 613, 616, 617, 625, 625, 626, 627.
How they found out about the hooker. We're just going to call her the hooker. I'm not going to be nice with this. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking a month off anyway. If people hate me after this, Tipster, you're a fucking cuck too. You have no idea about the other side of that.
Hey, so the new Locale Live episode is pretty interesting so far. One big thing though, like the main focal point of the title of the stream, Asmongold isn't even in the stream. What a fucking scam. But other than Keemstar lying about the title, he did bring on ReviewTechUSA's mistress, quote unquote. I wouldn't consider her a mistress for the fact that they're like 10 years and they've never had sex. But that isn't for a lack of trying on Rich's end. And it's kind of sad, honestly.
So when Rich first figured it out that you were coming on, how did that conversation go?
So that was actually yesterday morning. He called me and it woke me up. And so I wake up and the first things I hear are you going on Lolcow Live? And I'm like, what? And I said, no, because at that point I had actually decided I wasn't going to. It was right before I told you I wasn't going to come on. And I said, no, I'm not. But how did you even hear about this? And somebody said something in his Discord that you were going to have on somebody from his personal life who knew him very well and he figured it out. And I said, no, I'm not going to go on because I don't want to say, I'm like not looking to hurt people, right? I didn't want to do anything at anyone's expense. So that was that. We ended up talking more a bit later in the night, me and Rich, and I was just trying to talk to him and see if there was any way that me and him could work things out, try to figure things out. And we sort of did, but by today, I just kind of felt like, I never felt like I was a team with him. So I just kind of gave up on trying and I figured, I think I'll come on here.
What? It is kind of sad. ReviewTechUSA is more of a loser than I thought. And he assumes everyone on YouTube operates exactly the way he does and thinks exactly the way he does. And if he only just treated it like a business and nothing more, he would have been able to like actually be still successful in the year 2024. Like in any other universe, he wouldn't have been successful. He's just an anomaly because his content was just, slightly over the curve at the time. But in 2024, like his content is lacking. It hasn't really changed since 2017. The only thing that's changed is like how often he's talking about Dark Side Phil and like how often he's talking about tech and shit. He barely talks about anything revolving around technology. Most of it is just people talking shit to him on Twitter and YouTube and him responding or him just talking shit about Dark Side Phil.
Like, what is he threatening you with right now? Because it doesn't make sense. Why is he threatening you now? What exactly is he saying now that you're showing up on the show?
Well, first, just really quick to address one of the things you said. Yes, I'm definitely not with him for the money. Like when he said that stupid sugar daddy comment, I was like, if I was looking for a sugar daddy, wouldn't I be dating somebody with money?
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah, because he's not rich. He's not rich. I mean, he's rich as in Dickers, but he ain't rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What he was threatening me with is he said, if you go on that show today, he said, I am going to tell everybody that you are a whore, that you were an escort, which I was not. And this is what he was saying he was going to do, that you sold sexy pictures of yourself to
One minute.
$50. Rich, be a man for once and say something in chat. We all know you are watching right now. I am positive that Wings will not ban you. We aren't asking you to buy us pajamas, just to be a man and not hide.
No, more than that. More than that. Rich, you're invited to come on this show. All right? You are so invited to come on the show. We'll have you on right now. You could talk to Betty Boop right now. You're invited. Sure. You have my number. You have Boogie's number. Text us. DM us on Twitter. Reach out to us on Discord. Anywhere. We'll have you on the show, Rich. All right? You're not banned from the show. But the last time I invited you on the show, this is what you said. Oh, I'm not going on that show to get you money. I'm not going. You could come on my show. Your show gets no views. All right. I don't need you on my show to make money on Review Tech USA on my show. Like, I can talk about Review Tech USA. I can talk to your mistress, or excuse me, the girl that's been in the friend zone, or put you in the friend zone for the last decade, and still have a great show and still make money. I don't need you here. Understand it. When you get big and you get strong on your stream and you talk with so much confidence, I just want to let you know you're a fucking idiot. I don't need you here to make money.
And it's insane that he's like threatening this woman and saying that he's going to lie about all this shit if she goes on the podcast. And she already said she wasn't going to go on the podcast. And the fact that he said all this shit is the reason that she's still on it today. Because, yeah, spoiler alert, she did change her mind and go on the podcast because of all this fucking crazy shit that Rich said. And you know the reason that he doesn't want people that know him on the podcast, and especially why he himself won't go on the podcast? Because he's been lying for, a decade on the internet, all publicly, all in videos on YouTube that anybody can archive. And he knows that he's going to immediately get cornered with like 10 of his fucking lies. And he's like going to immediately get exposed if he goes on any interview or any podcast. If he could find a way to manipulate his way out of it, or, omit a bunch of information and just barely get away on the skin of his teeth with an apology or a lie that his audience accepts, then he would have already done it and he would have gotten away with it for the next couple of years before it gets brought up by someone else. And he basically knows that he's completely out of options, and that's literally the only reason his YouTube channel is deleted, because, he can't really lie anymore, and it's not really making him that much money anymore.
Go ahead.
He's apparently worried about being whores, and he's doing all this off like donations from Phil content at this point.
And here's another thing that just happened recently. Darkside Phil invited Rich to come on his show, and Rich backed out. God, imagine fucking making 1 trillion fucking videos on Darkside Phil, and then he invites you to come talk face to face, and you back out. You are a fucking coward, bro. Like, you get no respect from fellow creators doing that fucking shit. What a fucking weirdo.
Yep.
Yeah. So one of the things that made me even end up getting in touch with you, Keemstar, because none of this was planned at all. But the day that he deleted his channel, that Rich deleted his channel and blocked me, and I was kind of freaking out about him, because this will answer one of your questions too, of why didn't I just walk away. I did block him on everything. I was going to walk away that day he deleted his channel. But then I watched his old editor's live stream, Jay, on him. And Jay was saying, please, if anybody knows Rich or is close to him or his family, try to reach out and do something. And I was close to them that way. So rather than just walking away, I thought maybe I should try a little more. And that's why I stuck around.
Look at all of these good people that Rich has in his life that are worried about him, concerned from him, and he treats them the way he did his editor. He treats them the way he did Becky. Rich, you are a genuine piece of human fucking garbage.
Yeah. He's just he's actually a fucking bad human. And I didn't know it until I watched a big, long documentary on him through all his scandals, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy's kind of shitty.
And for anyone even wondering why RTU deleted his channel, this is why.
Yeah, why did you put out that I was my mom, who couldn't even get out of bed at that time, was taking care of my kids? They were all talking about it. I have it downloaded and saved, which was all misinformation and lies.
She's been screaming since you left, Zach. You can't do this, Rich.
Yeah.
Zachary keeps calling. She is going crazy, the baby. Mickey, you don't hear her.
No, I did not.
You gotta put her to sleep first, then do.
Yeah, this is what he says.
I can't, because then they got up at 4 a.m.
But Rich, you've been doing it. You.
All right, I can't. I'm literally in the middle. I can't right now.
You showed the world that when your daughter needed to go to bed, you said no because you'd rather sit there and fuck with your chicken.
And if he just admitted to messing up and not hearing his daughter crying with his headphones on because he was, too preoccupied with his dead stream, or even if he did double down, he still could have had some sort of redemption by, not letting it happen again and actually apologizing and taking responsibility. But what he does is just claim that they're lying and then shut down his channel and act like he's the victim when this didn't even need to happen. She wouldn't have gone on the podcast and people wouldn't be looking into his past history of all this shady shit if he never deleted his channel like an emo, 13-year-old girl. And deleting his Twitter, not even deleting, just deactivating it and then reactivating it less than 24 hours later, but not answering any of his calls and making people think that he's about to go disappear or something. And then people start getting concerned and somebody reaches out and asks people to come on and talk to Keemstar, and that's how this even happened.
And then it's we're talking about the bad parent clip. And here's the thing, Rich. Any parent, I'm a parent, right? I know this, all right? Any parent is going to have a bad moment where you are a bad parent. You're going to make mistakes as a parent. You're not going to have the full 18 years of when your kid's a child where you're not going to make any mistakes. And in that moment where your kid's crying and you didn't get up and check on her, that was a bad moment, all right? Maybe you are a good dad off camera. Maybe you are. I don't know. We don't know. All we know is what we've seen. We have a right to criticize you. You're a content creator and you always talk about creators' rights and, don't copyright flag and don't do this. And you're always talking about whatever criticism, that creators need to take criticism. And then you come at us and try to play fucking victim because of that clip, which makes you look horrible. You're such a fucking coward, dude. Instead of saying that we're liars, all right, why don't you just acknowledge in that moment you were a bad dad? You were. You just were.
Because I think he has a history of being a bad dad, and this is why it bothers him so much. This is what's fucking getting to him. You see the way he's treating this woman. You see the way he's treating Jay. I can only imagine. I'm sure it's the way he treats the rest of the people that are fucking close to him. And I think it's a fucking pattern. So he can't apologize once, because if he does, he has to apologize for his entire pattern of fucking behavior. And
it kind of makes sense. He just assumes everyone on YouTube is just doing drama and blowing shit out of proportion to ruin people's lives and just make money, and that's all that they care about, just making money and attacking their enemies, because he's a crazy narcissist. If all he did was just move on and actually take care of his kid and then continue the stream, then maybe his audience wouldn't hate him. And even when he did double down and was like, no, I can't because I'm streaming, after he got the backlash and shit, if he just made sure it never happened again and actually apologized and took responsibility, then, people would have probably forgot about it. If you spend a decade streaming all the time, most days, it's a full-time job, you're eventually gonna have a big blunder. And he was wearing headphones. There is a bit of plausible deniability that he just didn't hear. But the fact that he doubled down and then deleted this channel and is acting like everyone on the Locale Live podcast is lying about the clip and that he's a great father, when we can all see the clip, and it wouldn't have even been such a big deal if he never deleted Twitter over it, because he got irritated because people were calling him out, and instead of ignoring them or instead of apologizing or doing anything, he gets mad at them and doubles down and defends it, because more than he wants his audience to actually like him, he doesn't want Locale to be right even once. He would literally rather delete his YouTube channel than even give them 1 point, which I consider making him delete his channel 2 points. And then his Twitter, which he literally didn't even delete it, he just unactivated it, and then 24 hours later he reactivated it. But not even probably 24 hours. But during that time, he didn't even like answer his call or anything. His phone was shut off or something because a bunch of people were concerned about him. And then he brought more attention to it. It's the Streisand effect. Also, I really hope that last clip doesn't sound awful. Apparently the gain was up the whole time, but that was like the third time recording that, and like the fifth time recording a specific clip because of audio issues. So I think a little bit of gain is probably fixable when I do the audio equalizing.
Terrified to fucking do it.
Yeah.
I want to
Well,
point
it's-
out
Go
I
ahead.
want to point out being a bad father also dictates making bad choices. Like making her move, asking her to move in, and then to the point where you have to pay her money, which comes out of your kid's mouths to basically make the rights wrong. That's a bad choice, which also makes you a bad father. Like just like deleting your channel. Like I said, that channel was like 10 grand a month a year in income that you just threw the fuck away because you're feeling bad. And you're having a,
you
you know,
could have put
beefy
that
day.
towards your kids, you know?
Yep.
We got a tipster donation. This is crazy.
Tipster super chatted $50.
Also, Tipster randomly donates into the stream, and apparently he used to date her. And ReviewTechUSA later like gets mad at Tipster in the middle of the stream, in the middle of his stream, and then Locale like watches his stream like way later on. It's to the point where I should have just waited for the VOD to come out instead of trying to clip it. I can usually clip and edit pretty fast, but there was some like crosstalk and some like weird interference with my mixer, and the sounds were getting mixed up, so I had to reclip a lot of stuff. So some of this may be a little bit out of order.
Much love, friendo. Sparkling heart.
Wait, you're friends with Tipster?
Oh, thank you. I knew Tipster from back in the day with my Becky Boop channel. Yeah.
You like them big.
You know, people warned me back when I made a video about him being harassed, to be careful about how I associated with him, that he can be a backstabber, all these things. But where he is now, I feel like is at a totally different level. We've seen what's happened with editors. You've seen what's happened at a personal level. This is me personally. I'm a softie, so take it for what it's worth. I do feel a little bad for him, but I do think it's also just that he's plain mentally unwell, and I think he needs some help. I say to anyone who wants to get involved with him, don't feel like it's your job to be part of that help. It's not.
And that's pretty much it for her contribution to the stream. She does come back for a bit, but there's not really any like giant truth bombs like there were in this part. But then coincidentally, Rich goes live right after she gets off the stream. And Rich's stream is kind of boring, but the entertaining part comes from like every 3 sentences he like contradicts himself, and it's fun to just see his whole life falling apart basically.
Oh, he needs his sounds. He needs his
Are
sounds.
you working now?
He's trying to hit the applause button. It's not working.
Ass stars in.
My soundboard. What the fuck is going on
Dude,
here?
we hit him so
This
hard,
computer is
his
cooked.
applause button won't work. We hit him that
What's my
hard.
issue?
Chat, we hit him that
He
fucking
just
hard.
admitted
He's trying to destroy me. How does she know I'm limp if we never fucked?
Oh, God,
He admitted it.
We got it fucking working.
Oh no, he's got the applause back. We're fucked.
How did she know I'm limp if we didn't have sex? I'd like to know that one. Ooh. I heard too, I haven't watched all of it yet, that she said I was with her while I was with my ex. That's not true. You want to hear another fun thing too that she'll deny? A troll of mine.
Wait. Hold on. We caught him in a lie. He started off the stream saying she was never my girlfriend. We were never dating. And then he just leaked it. He goes, she said we were together when I was with my wife. That's not true.
What?
Fun fact too, Boogie hit on her, by the way.
No, I never
That's
did,
another
actually.
thing, which
I
that
have an
doesn't
entire
really matter.
chat log with her
But-
where we talked about her bypass surgery. Go fuck yourself, you lying cunt. Not her, him, Rich.
Okay.
She did sell her ass.
Then when Rich can finally start talking after he gets his soundboard working, because, you know, he's the least entertaining part of his stream. He needs a goddamn soundboard and DSP clips, and he's just basically like a reaction streamer. But instead of like interjecting and clip farming every 30 seconds, he tries to like hide in like a little corner of the stream, hoping you forget he's there. and just watch like the content that he's watching.
Yeah.
He's sitting there in like 8% of the real estate, and the most entertaining he's going to be in the next month right now. And like the screen is dominated by the YouTube's homepage.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there in like 8% of the real estate in the bottom left-hand corner. Like, why can't you make your screen full screen right now and just talk to the chat?
It's so, you know what's funny is he has all these pictures of people crying to like make fun of them, and he's crying right now. Listen to this.
Ruin me, Keemstar? I don't get ruined, dude. You hate it that I'm not afraid of you. You hate it that you can't have me dance on your fucking strings. You're dancing? What the fuck? You're dancing for me right now, Rich. Rich, right now.
Literally right now, you're dancing for me. I brought the mistress on. I interviewed her, and you're dancing for me. What is wrong with you? Do you not understand the fucking metaphor or the concept of fucking dancing on strings? What the fuck is going on? This is like DSP level of fucking not self-aware. What the fuck is going on, dickers? Wake up, you're dancing, buddy.
Enjoy. It's just, you should just call it the Piece of Shit podcast, because everyone there is a piece of shit except Wing. You will say whatever you need to say. Talked about how my mom was taking care of my kids while I was laying in bed. You will say whatever you need to. This is what you've done through. You just destroy people. You just suck whatever you can out of them, and that's your career.
All he had to do was just either take care of his kid or apologize for publicly, you know, refusing to take care of his kid and neglecting them on stream. And this wouldn't have ever happened. The only reason Lolcal talked about Rich is because he was too busy talking shit about Keemstar at a time when his mom happened to walk in and tell him to take care of his fucking kid. And the only reason that his fucking ex-girlfriend or ex-mistress is even on the call is because he deleted his channel and went fucking AWOL like a goddamn emo 13-year-old. It's fucking insane for a 40-year-old man to actually be this much of a loser. The last time Keem talked about ReviewTechUSA before this whole situation was literally a month ago, and that was when he was just doing a random like throwaway stream, just reacting to a documentary on things that you are confirmed to have done. And then he's just mad that people are actually, you know, covering shit that he's actually done instead of just, you know, moving on and apologizing. He literally didn't have to be in this entire situation, but it's fun to watch him just, you know, sink further and further down the hole.
Dick.
Speaking of Tipster, apparently he's been banned from Rich's stream. I put a screenshot in the chat here.
Guys,
no, don't delete him.
Guys,
don't delete him.
He's sitting there right now fighting with Tipster, and guess who's coming onto Lolcal Live right the fuck now? As soon as Rich goes to rewatch the fucking interview, rewatch Lolcal Live, you know what we're doing? We're not going to rewatch him rewatching Lolcal Live. We're interviewing Tipster.
So sorry, I missed most of that. You just said he was calling me a hooker, though. I heard that part.
Yeah, Rich is calling you a hooker. We also have Tipster here live on the air if you want to connect cameras, guys.
It's weird that Tipster randomly donated to the podcast of his ex, but I mean, he did used to be a big commentary guy, so I can see why he'd be watching Lolcal. But it is crazy that they did used to date also, and now that he's in the stream. And it's crazy like how efficient Keemstar is. Like he got this down to a science within like the past decade. In the time it took ReviewTechUSA to like, you know, delete his channel and play with his rubber chicken and get his soundboard working, Keemstar made a couple streams, made thousands of dollars in donations, completely exposed ReviewTechUSA to thousands of people, and then got two people that Rich is familiar with, one of them being an ex relationship, and then one of them being someone he hates, Tipster, who also used to date the same girl at one point in his life. When will this idiot actually get it through his head that if he just actually made good content instead of like expecting the internet to just, you know, all give him money and everyone that hates him to just leave the internet forever, why doesn't he just actually like work on his channel? He's kind of like Chris Chan, how instead of actually like either leaving the internet or actually making something that people want to, you know, be a fan of and look at and support. He just asks every troll to fuck off and argues with trolls all day. I don't understand. And it's not even like how Chris Chan is just arguing with trolls, like people that are just bored and have nothing better to do. Keemstar just covered stuff that he did and only like basically told the truth about ReviewTechUSA with footage and proof, and then even brought witnesses. And then now fucking ReviewTechUSA is just sitting in his stream acting like a dickhead while his channel is fucking completely deleted and his streaming channel is completely dying. Nobody's barely even donating, and he's arguing with his chat almost as much as he's arguing with Keemstar.
Tipster, what do you think about Rich now calling Becky Boop, now that she's told her story of her involvement with Rich? He's calling her a hooker, a prostitute.
I think that's like way fucking out of line. Like I said, I've gone like back with Becky Boop for like a really long time. We've known each other for like years at this point, and I think it's really out of pocket to say shit like that about her, because it's just like it's ridiculous. It's not only not true, but it's just like it's clear to me that he's throwing anything at the wall to see what sticks, just because he's mad at her now. You know what I mean? So he's just trying to see what he can do or say to try and hurt her, which is just really fucking pathetic.
He preemptively told her that if she did this show, this is before she came on, like minutes before, maybe how long was it before? Maybe an hour before?
I was literally still crying 5 minutes before I came on the show.
Okay.
Because of him yelling at me. I was just trying to pull myself together.
So,
but ultimately, the way things are playing out, he has no one to blame but himself for the way things are going. Like, he did this to himself. So, you know, if he's pissed off at, you know, him losing his career and everybody losing respect for him, that's on him. It's on no one else. He has no one else to blame for that.
Tip, could you end this with "fuck you, Rich"?
Sure. Fuck you, Rich.
Yeah! Oh, claps! Applause!
Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a good one. Nice to talk to you again, Becky. Take care.
So good seeing you.
I'm over here playing damage control because Kelly is upset at me like a motherfucker because I use Priscilla as like a barometer of beauty and not her.
I don't know why Rich can't just at least like look around, and because if it's money he wants, like he would do things that make sense, you know. But maybe he just genuinely is having like a midlife crisis or some mental break or some shit. But a lot of this has been behavior that's been going on for years. It's just him completely lashing out at it all like crumbling down around him. If he was actually like successful and made good videos, he'd have a little bit of a buffer to like actually get ahead of that drama and, you know, have people that still like him and have fans still coming in. But his channel is just slowly going down because he'd rather spend his time doing weird shit like stalking DSP and sending him bugged computers and like putting viruses on them to stalk them and have a remote access fucking tool to literally spy on them, which is a crime, by the way. And then almost doing the same thing to his girlfriend. Literally everything he does on the internet, or at least on YouTube, is either to get at someone or get someone's favor. This guy can't just be nice to people without, you know, getting something in return for it.
What is with him giving people his old computers? Because he tried to do that with me too. It wasn't his,
oh my God!
It was, but this was his way, I guess, of trying to buy me by recycling his leftovers. He gave me like a camera and a Switch, none of which I asked for or wanted. He gave me his old technology too. I was just like, what am I supposed to do with the Switch? I already have one. I don't know what's up with that.
Did he try to give you a computer though?
He did not give me a computer.
Oh, okay. I thought this was a situation where he was trying to hack you or something. Okay.
No, not that.
Okay.
Not that. It's just what's up with this old technology. Actually, he did just offer to give me a computer, and I forgot about that.
What?
He did. I forgot.
Fucking got him.
When did he? When did this happen? When did this happen?
A few days ago or something. Really recent.
I kind of felt bad for him.
Oh my! You know the conspiracy, right?
I've heard a bit about it. I don't know everything.
So he was going to give a computer to DSP, and DSP didn't take that computer. So he ended up giving that computer to his editor, Jay. It had like a keylogger or some type of hacking thing on it, and all of Jay's stuff got hacked.
Forgot about that because all I mentioned, I forget what we were even talking about, but I was saying how I didn't have Photoshop because I don't have a computer. I just have an iPad and an iPhone. And he was like, "Oh, that's easy. I could help you out with a computer. I could take care of you with that." That's crazy. I did not even think about that. That's nuts.
Yep.
What type of dirt would he have tried to dig up?
Well, holy fuck, I don't know.
Crazy.
All
All right. Anyway, I could let you guys go.
Okay. Okay. We gotta digest that one. Thank you again, Becky Boop.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Jesus Christ.
See, that establishes a pattern.
A pattern
Of giving PCs to people you are afraid have dirt on you, so that you could get maybe potentially get dirt on them.
When I was like 11 years old, I used to watch his channel a bunch. And like when he would do GameStop videos and do like tech reviews actually. And occasionally he'd do drama. But I'd be like, oh, well, he's not, a drama YouTuber. He's just exposing like these bad YouTubers that are scammers and shit. But I wonder how much of that was actually, YouTubers doing shady shit. Or it's just him thinking every YouTuber is like him. And then trying to get ahead of them and call them out for a bunch of shady behavior and sometimes just straight up lying because either they're like a ReviewTechUSA hater, they slightly disagreed with him in the comments or like on Facebook or some shit, or it's somebody that actually has proof of something that he literally did and is trying to expose him. And Rich's stream isn't even like worth watching. It's not even for the fact that it's not entertaining, it's just because he's not going to admit to anything. He's never going to apologize. He's just going to keep, running circles around himself, trying to lie to the few fans that he has left. And like, if he was just honest, he would get more fans. I don't really understand this, but nobody can understand the psychology of ReviewTechUSA. The inner workings of his mind are truly an enigma.
Yeah, I tell you, we were together 10 years and no sex. 10 years. She called me a fat incel, too. That was 10 years, thank you. We were together 10 years in a fantasy fucking world.
Been dating for like a decade, basically, right?
Oh, my God. We're starting off with a massive lie.
Yeah, that fake laugh, and then look at how mad he is. He just laughed, and look at how mad he is. It's like that was such a fake laugh. That was cope. Like that was a tell, right? If we were playing poker right now, Rich, I know that I got your ass.
It's going to take him 8 hours to get through our fucking stream. I guarantee it while he's pausing.
Yeah.
2016.
No. When did we met her in 2016?
Yeah. Apparently we were dating. Also, too, I told you this back in the day.
Oh, he's talking to his wife.
Isn't it true that she used to be a prostitute on Craigslist?
Yeah. Well, yes. Well, yeah. She.
Why are you welling?
Paid to get. I guess she got paid to have sex with people. Is what she had said.
Thank you. Go back to sleep. I'll be getting the kids tomorrow. Have a good evening.
All right.
Bye.
Look, you obviously know I respect the hustle, right? Here's the difference, though. Rich spent thousands of dollars. I spent thousands of dollars. At least I got pussy. So, just saying, Rich.
Yeah. And why did the wife keep saying, well, and then he stopped her and he goes, why are you saying well? Like, and he's done this so many times where he calls her, puts her on speaker, and is like, please back this up. And it's like, dude, this is her boss right now, right? Because they're not together and all the money coming into the household is coming from him. You know what I mean?
Because that's manipulation, right? He's leading her as hard as he can.
He's leading the wife as hard as he can. And look, I need you to clear this up so I can still make money on the internet so I can take care of the kids, type of shit. It's like,
it does look like that.
It looks like that, So which means maybe the wife is telling the truth. Maybe Rich is telling the truth in this situation about Becky Boop. But there's too many motives to lie. You know, chat, do you understand what I'm saying? There's too much motives going on to lie in this scenario.
Maybe ReviewTechUSA is a genius because think about it. His like method on YouTube might have a little bit of logic behind it. If you completely reach rock bottom and your channel is gone, you can only go up. If you delete your YouTube channel and you have 0 subs and you make a new one, you can only gain subscribers. You can't lose your fan base. It kind of makes sense and it's genius because instead of it looking like forsaken 1 million subscriber channel that's going down the hole, gets completely torn apart by Drama Alert, it'll look like Keemstar is picking on a small channel that is just struggling to, you know, make ends meet and just trying to, you know, grind on YouTube live stream and, you know, was so focused on, you know, streaming and entertaining their chat that they couldn't take care of their crying kid in the background. And Keemstar is a privileged piece of shit for not understanding the struggle because, I mean, really, he does have nothing to lose at this point, so might as well keep lying. But even if he's not lying, and even if she is actually a prostitute, and she just, you know, didn't want to admit to a crime and didn't want to admit to Rich, you know, doing a crime, buying a prostitute, it really doesn't fucking matter. Like, she probably just, if she was, she probably just did it out of, like, embarrassment and, you know, didn't want fucking a bunch of people knowing that she was a prostitute because, you know, the police or the IRS can come after you for that. And if they're gonna arrest anybody in prostitution, they're usually gonna go after, like, the guys buying prostitutes. And even if she was a prostitute, he fucking was, like, with her on and off for 10 years and was, you know, paying her and still couldn't get the fucking pussy. So he's genuinely just a fucking loser. And either way, he doesn't come out of the situation looking like the winner. Like, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but, well, I guess he wasn't. Never mind. Anyway, I'm probably going to cut it off here because fucking Keemstar fucking scammed us all. I expected Asmund Gold as per the title of the stream, but he immediately fucking pulled the rug out as soon as the stream started. And now we have like 40 minutes of content, so I'm not going to let it get too far. That's pretty much the whole stream anyway, so that gnome bastard got me. But anyway, subscribe if raccoons are cute, and leave a like or else ReviewTechUSA is going to call you a prostitute. Okay, thanks, bye.